Hi, the difference between full grain and top grain leather. Typically when I'm doing a presentation, even people that have known me for years, I still like to educate them. So I always ask designers, do you know the difference between full grain and top grain leather? Typically they don't. Typically designers think top grain is the best. It's not. Full grain is the best leather you can buy or specify for your customers. What top grain leather is it's a corrected leather, corrected grain. Basically what they do is they take the leather, it's a bad hide to start out with, bad raw material. They have to sand all of that top layer off, and then they paint a top grain onto it, or they paint on top of it, and then they emboss a fake grain onto it. So the grain that you see on top grain leather is a corrected grain. It's not even the natural grain of the hide. Full grain leather, alternatively, you just start off with a beautiful hide, beautiful raw material, that needs very little pigment. All leather, both top grain and full grain leather, are dyed. A lot of customers will ask, is your leather aniline dyed? All leather is dyed. Dyeing is the easy part. It's the finishing that's the difficult part. The tanneries that we work with in Italy are amazing finishers. They're very old companies. They're basically artisans. The leather basically, during the finishing part, needs a perfect combination of dye compared to pigment. You don't want too much pigment on any leather because it covers up all the natural characteristics of a hide. So that's basically the difference between top grain and full grain leather. Also, what's important to note with our customers is full grain leather, you'll get more usability out of it. With top grain leather, sometimes when they're doing the sanding process, the hides get so thin that they have to add Bondo to correct the weight and thickness of the hide so it's consistent. And during the upholstery, sometimes these hides will pop when they're putting it around a back or a cushion or a corner. So then they have to throw the hide away and get another hide. So the usability in full grain hides are much better than top grain hides. Lastly, full grain hides are going to last much longer. And designers need to know that when they're specifying something, especially for a residential high-end customer, you need to specify the best because that's what their customers are looking for. Full grain leather will wear in, it won't wear out. A lot of people don't like using leather because they feel like, oh, it cracks, it splits. When I sit on it in warm climates, it gets sweaty or hot. That's top grain leather. Full grain leather will cool you down when it's warm. It won't crack, it won't split. Think of a really good pair of shoes. They wear in, they don't wear out. Full grain leather is what you want to specify. Thank you.